You have tuned in to FOSA, where you're in the right place if you want to be inspired to be empowered. I am your host, none other than, you know it, that's right, Crystal Boyd. What a pleasure it is to be here. It never gets old for me. Like, I could be on episode 999. And you know what? I would still be so happy because I truly believe, in making a difference in this world. Nonetheless, let's jump right into our topic today. And it is marginal thinking. I love it. And I'm going to tell you why, because I always do. I share stuff with you guys. Yeah, and hoping that you guys can relate, identify, and all that good stuff and get that inspiration going. So I came across marginal thinking because I was concerned about marginal benefit. Like, I was thinking about these things, and what I recall about this in economics, and it was many moons ago, right? I think I was even going to A-State, Arkansas State University, ASU. Yeah. And in my undergraduate program in microeconomics, and the professor went on to go into marginal benefit. Now, I don't really like these subject matters, but this particular subject matter really, really made it hit home. And it got me thinking so much that I thought about it today. So we have things that we pay for in life. And pay doesn't always have monetary cost associated with it, right? And there's a benefit that we get from those. It's something that you gain that you wanted. In other words, that's the benefit. The cost is what essentially you give up, which is all of this marginal thinking. So to put that in a, very clear way to bring it home, one way that I thought about is me going to school. All right. What else am I going to do? My options really didn't seem very much beneficial. So I wanted something that I desired to have that fulfilled, and that's it. And I compared several other things that I could be doing. Now, that's the cost. No, that's the benefit. Sorry. Now, the cost is, what am I going to give up? That's the next part of this. What are you willing to give up? You know where this can lead you to. You know how it's going to make you feel benefit, right? But what is the cost? Are you willing to pay for it? And a lot of things people do is expensive. Very, very expensive. I can give you a down perspective on this, and it's not so PG-13, but it's not the most terrible things, But sometimes, hey, there are drugs out in this world, and people do consume, right? Well, let's just say somebody decide to do drugs all day, every day. That's it. And the benefit that they get is getting the feeling. The cost. What is this costing them? Yeah, we can associate $1 with what they have, what they're utilizing, what they're using. But isn't there more of a cost? Isn't there a hidden cost? Or maybe even some is in plain sight and they allow that. But I'd say that person is giving up a future. It's almost like it's almost robbery, because instead of you being, you're not really going to be able to work. And so essentially it costs you more than the few dollars that you spend on it. It costs you thousands and thousands of dollars. Because what if you could have a job that's 60, 70,000, 100,000 without that addiction, without that need, right? Then we could very well say, if you were just able to be productive, that you could make that type of figure and, make investments and do all these other things. But nonetheless, we can easily say that that's robbery of just monetary value. Even though that person is giving up $1, is robbing so many things. So not to get all the way off, I just wanted to give a whole picture of how you can look at this marginal thinking and carry it forward. The most prominent reason why I wanted to bring this up is you may find yourself wondering any day, what am I doing? What is my purpose? And if you think like that and you keep this in mind, or you have those thoughts that come across, and you find yourself maybe wanting to do something, you're maybe at a major critical point where you want to do something different, you want to do something new, I don't know, like it's major decision making. That's what it is. That's what it is. It goes back to that. Because honestly, I was looking at an article before I started, and it says, thinking on the margin is one of the most fundamental concepts in economics, and a valuable everyday tool for making optimal decisions. So that means maximizing all your decisions just by doing this. So for such an important idea, the meaning of marginal thinking is surprisingly simple. When faced with a decision, you should compare the marginal benefit of a possible action to its marginal cost. If the marginal benefit is greater than the cost, do it. Marginal thinking is best illustrated by some examples of everyday decisions. The volume you choose when you watch TV, the pricing strategy of a clothing shop, or even the decision to walk out of a boring film are all informed by marginal thinking. Focusing on past decisions, the price we paid for an item, the time we've already invested in a relationship can lead us astray. We can't change the past, so only the potential marginal benefit and marginal cost of the next possible action are relevant to decision making. I'm down with this. I am. I certainly am, and I hope that you guys understand where it's coming from, because for decision making, this is important, because we have to make very critical decisions sometime. And hopefully in the future, you'll think about how this can be applied. And that's my actual call to action. I want you to think about this when you're faced with an important decision. Do that. Do that for yourself. I'm pretty sure you'll be glad that you did. So, this concludes our episode. Be sure that you like, subscribe, share. Please. And don't you worry, we'll be having that website up and running very, very soon. You'll be pleased with our changes. Until next time. Okay, now, how about then?